Yo, what's up guys? Welcome, TSP TV, the first walkabout of the year. We are outside on a Saturday afternoon. I don't have to go to work this evening, so I thought, you know what? The weather seems to be breaking, seems to break about the same time each day. You can see up there, there's the sunshine just trying to break through. Still the leaves looking very dead and miserable, no green or nothing to be seen. What little bits of grass are showing, not very lush and glorious, but what are we in now? Day 3 of the pandemic. I've seen a few reports earlier today on Facebook feed and a couple of things coming in on the Discord and chat from you all. But anyway, here in Toronto, the Eaton Centre is closed down. One of the biggest shopping malls in Canada, if not North America. But a couple of folks were out there today on my friends list and said it's like a ghost town now. It is a Saturday afternoon. Sorry, I'm out of breath walking and talking now. Kate, shut out on me. Hold on a second. I need to unzip a couple of things. That's better. Okay, so it is a Saturday afternoon. And you can kind of see how still everything is. There's not many people out and about. That being said, we just see a few people there, look, walking around. And a couple there. But there is an eerie stillness in the air. I can't quite put my finger on it. As I said, it is a Saturday. It seems very, very quiet by comparison. As you can see, there's not many people out. It's not exactly cold. It's not exactly warm. But, you know, usually you see a few kids running around the streets. It is a Saturday afternoon. You know, there's a little playground up here. You usually hear some voices and stuff and people walking dogs, but really doesn't seem to be anything going on at all. Like, you can kind of sense it. There's no energy going on in the neighborhood. This kid's come back with whatever. He's got a little bag of goodies. And there are a couple of people in the park. But yesterday my neighbors were saying how crazy things were, how people on the streetcar weren't sitting next to each other, and how people were carrying hordes and hordes of grocery bags, stockpiling on toilet paper, water, that kind of stuff. An interesting thing that I saw somebody post on social media earlier. One of my friends, again, don't know exactly where it was posted or who now, but how they went to the grocery store and everything was empty except the medicine aisle, and nobody seems to be stocking up on medical supplies, which is interesting since we are going into a pandemic, or we are in a pandemic. And we're chatting a little bit yesterday in the pandemic live specials about how it's a matter of time and not when. It's if, but not when. It's not a case of if, but it's a case of when city is going to go on a lockdown. Now, this is Ronsonville's Avenue that we're coming up to right now. And this usually is a little bit busy, especially on a Saturday afternoon. We've got a few little kind of fruit markets, some of those kind of hipstery kind of cafes and restaurants, these sort of things. Looks like there's some stuff over there. There is a sign outside the olive oil shop. And there are a few cars going around, look. And there are some signs of life. But by no means is this a normal Saturday afternoon. For most folks, it is a case of keep on keeping on, I guess. Some people ain't got the luxury, but look, if you want fruit, there's plenty of fruit there. You can stock yourself up on in some early flowers. And as I said, there's another little fruit market, a lot of those up and down this little neighbourhood. And I've got my black gloves on. I'm not wearing a face mask because I am trying to talk. Can we have a little look? I think there's a streetcar coming. No, there ain't. I think that one's going the other way. So I was going to wander down towards the No Frills and the Dollarama, not necessarily because I need to top up. I don't, you know me by now. You should have watched my videos and be aware that I do have a pretty well stocked pantry at my disposal. But partly why I'm going out is to kind of see, look, there's people in the Cinco Mexican restaurant sitting side by side in the window. They're not too fussed about coronavirus. And something I was going to point out, convenience stores. These are places that you might still be able to find things like toilet paper, hand sanitizer and stuff like that. People often overlook places like that. in these sign of emergencies, they tend to go to the big name stores like Walmart, like Target, Tesco, stuff like that. And oh, there's a cough. Wonder if he's got corona. Probably not. But anyway, yeah, there's still a few folks out and about on Roncy here in Toronto. As I said, it's a little bit of a vibrant neighbourhood. Not as vibrant as it should be on a Saturday afternoon. And I'm just trying to see if there's any stores shut. There's the meat department up there, little butcher, cafe type place. The Polish travel shop, pretty sure they're not doing much business right now. But I did want to see, you know, if there aren't any stores closed up. The hairdresser's closed and they got something up in the window. Let's try and cross the street here. Alrighty, and let's see if they got something up about the is this about the coronavirus?
Like, never talked about it again. I was like friends with her afterwards. Like whatever, a year after. And then Christo said, he's like, oh.
Alright, that was nothing to do with the coronavirus. Just thought it might be a notice about closures or something. Cut the balloons up here, and don't know if you can read that. Keep calm and carry on. Keep calm and carry on. That's what they said on the Titanic when it was sinking. So the dry cleaners is open. What's We Farms doing? Row Farms. They look like they're still open. Yeah, so not much is closed up here in the neighbourhoods, but apparently downtown is looking like a ghost town. I was going to go and head down there myself, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. The time and effort it takes to get all the way to downtown, and God knows what sort of chaos we're going to find if we do go down there. I don't want to try and relax, but I do need to pick up some coffee. And that is one thing that I do need to stockpile on. I do tend to do it like week by week. But just in case, I could do with an extra couple of jars. So that's what we're heading to the no-frills for. If there's any coffee left, we'll see. There's a whole lot of folks up ahead, and I'm getting a little bit conscious. So the Lambretta Italian place, that looks like it's still got people in. The streetcars are still running. Yeah, so for most part, it is a little bit like a regular Saturday afternoon. You know, you can't see anybody in masks. No one's got gloves on. This old chap's having a smoke outside the old barber store. And this is a little bit of a Polish neighbourhood, so you do see quite a lot of kind of Polishy businesses and stuff like that, in Eastern European looking folks. So again, here's another little convenience store, and you can see they got bottled water right by the counter there, so they ain't sold out of their bottled water. And as I mentioned, these little places that if you are having difficulties finding stuff in your bigger stores, maybe check out your local convenience, because often these guys sometimes have more things than you bargained for. You might even have to ask for some stuff in secret code. You might be surprised what you can find at your immigrant-run convenience stores. But anyway, there's the old folks home there, and they're hiring. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on in the old folks home there under this crisis. A little cap there if anyone wants it. Some trasher, a couple of bikes. So yeah, this is a little bit of the first walkabout of the year. We haven't done one of these since Halloween time, I don't think. We've seen some fall colours, but as you can see, all the trees and shit are still looking pretty ugly here. The sun is poking its head up, and it's very interesting. The last few days, it's been like very, very miserable in the daytime, but around this time of day, which is like 4:30, 5 p.m. here on the East Coast, it starts to brighten up. The cloud breaks and the sun comes out. And there's a little bric-a-brac shop over there. You've seen this before. We have walked this way, guys. But I'm kind of something very interesting about the skyline ahead. We're going to have a little look at Lake Ontario, perhaps. But yeah, there's a little bric-a-brac shop. Sells some very expensive trash sort of stuff we sometimes see folks throwing away. This store here, they sell it at an extremely knocked up price. So this is kind of a little bit where we come out of Roncy into Parkdale. You can kind of see that, the Ice Queen. most certainly you can buy crack there, probably any given day. They're still open. They're not worried too much about the pandemic. And the Howard Johnson here, that was, you can probably get yourself a room by the hour. But there's a couple of little businesses here. That Hyde Park place, I believe that's got something to do with medicinal marijuana. And here's the little parquet, Grafton Avenue. Dead as fuck, look, newspaper. That might be toilet paper of the future over there. Kind of tempted to grab it just in case. There's a watering can as well. But look, what does this say? Flower Fairy Garden. And there's a sort of typical resident of Ronceville. Don't know who that is texting me over there, but yeah, still haven't really got those early signs of spring. Although we did have a couple of days, 5 days in a row last week. Actually, it's feeling warm. That's what we're coming to look at down there. That's Lake Ontario. Looking very grey and miserable. There's a streetcar. One of the worst McDonald's in Toronto. Although I do dine there quite frequently. We got the Burrito Boys fine Mexican burritos, even though burritos are a Californian thing. They like to think that they're fine, authentic Mexican ones. But franchise. Not many people in there. We've got 14 seconds to cross this road. Let's have a little look over that way. You can see Etobicoke and the skyline over there. Maybe you can't because of the sun's glare. I'm actually beating a streetcar. I'm racing a streetcar to the no-frills right now. So still, yeah, Saturday afternoon, look, almost empty. That's coming from the downtown area. Although people may have already got off by now. But what used to be the Easy Rider Cafe, I think people live in it now. There's the Polish War Memorial. We've seen that before. There you can see the skyscrapers just over there, maybe. And the sun comes out. Hello. Person up on the balcony. Being friendly. It's very unlike people in Toronto. They don't often wave and give you the time of day here. So a little bit of traffic here. That water does look a very funny colour. That's what I was looking at. It seems to be like, I don't know, indeed, real life, probably not on the camera. You've not seen it so much, but that water looks a very eerie kind of colour, and I'm not going to say unnatural, but it looks unnatural. I'm not sure, but there's the ever-growing smart city over there. Some nice properties down here, look. But as I said, look, still everything very, very dead. A few little shoots there, look. Some little flowers are sticking their heads up. Again, a couple of folks over there out walking the dog. Not too worried about the coronavirus, it seems. But there does seem to be a lack of traffic, I'm not going to lie. We are established that probably by now in this video. You know, that's what I wanted to do, cross the road and see what the Gardiner Expressway is looking like, because that is a busy piece of roadway here in Toronto. It takes you from one side of the city to the other without having to go through it. And it is a Saturday afternoon, and it should be a little bit, yeah, maybe not as busy. That's definitely quieter than it normally is. Certainly on a Saturday, that should be a lot more. But I don't know if you can see over there, but that water don't look at all normal to me. I don't know, atmospherics or something. Maybe it's because the sun's kind of breaking through the cloud. It's giving it that strange, weird colour. But don't you think so? There's those tall buildings, look. But this roadway should be a little bit more busy on a Saturday afternoon. So it's going to be interesting when we get round the corner. Oh, we just got passed by the streetcar. But this is Toronto King Street West. I have brought you this way before. I don't really know why I'm doing a walkabout in the same way as I've gone many times before, but this is my route. And I said this morning when I did get up, it was very miserable, cold, feeling like kind of early to mid-fall more than early spring, and especially after last week when we had a lovely spring-like weekend. 5 days in a row it was over 10 degrees. Very welcome. Look at that nice building there, the green one, with that big window. There's the GO train. Some kids out on their bikes. Yeah, that's what I was showing you. Look at that property there. That big, you see that big window in the building? Yeah, nice. So possibly if you were to go down into the downtown core, we might see a little bit more evidence of how quiet it is. As I said, this is kind of like the end of Midtown here. It is King Street West, one of the most famous streets here in Toronto. But we are coming around the corner. No Frills ain't that far away. And yeah, is the sun. Nice little sunset, sunset, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, not so much traffic. My hands are getting awful sweaty in these rubber gloves, I'm not going to lie. Someone coming out there with their dog, look. Hello. I think that's a chick. This is one of the non-binary or non-gender type chicks that kind of all look exactly the same, that live very close to this neighborhood. That looks like kind of an observatory where maybe a scientist or a professor might live. Or Doctor Strange. This kid's out on his rollerblades, look. So, as I say, folks, it does seem a little bit quieter. This is day 3 of the pandemic. It is a little bit of walkabout. I'm a little bit too nervous and too shy to really go into the store and do some filming. Still kind of haven't overcome that a little bit, but I might try and take some pictures if I can. But Saturday afternoon, very quiet, and that is kind of what I want to see. That, like, kind of when you get to this corner, Jameson and King, where there's a No Frills and a Dollarama on the corner that you know that I frequent. But there's usually a little bit of life. So I wanted to see if there's any people out and about, or if we can see like people coming out with masses of you know, piled up shopping carts, masses of bags. You know, and see what the toilet paper situation is down here. But I wasn't planning on actually doing a walkabout or a video. I was going to quickly dart to the store and dart back. So possibly we'll be going live a little bit later this Saturday night. As we are in a pandemic, a global event, shit is hitting the fan. Although maybe not in large quantities, but yeah, this is a global event, people. This is history. We're living it. We're in it together. So, like I say, this is a very large city. It's not, you know, small town Canada by any stretch of the imagination. One of the most largest cities in North America. And a Saturday afternoon, very close to downtown. I'm not sure if you can see there, but that's the tower. You can maybe kind of catch it out just in the distance there, popping up. So that's how close to downtown we are. There's the No Frills in the distance. So far we ain't seen a single person with a mask. We ain't really seen anybody carrying armfuls of grocery, doing a little bit of renovations in there, it looks like. Nice. That'll be a lovely property, very expensive. Look at this one. Who's that beeping? I don't know. But some of these properties here, these will go for a very small. Wish that was the basement I lived in, but it isn't. And I don't know. I really like that building there on the corner. That little second floor conservatory would be a nice little smoking lounge. A couple of skyscrapers in the distance. Probably can't make them out. Nice looking bike for anybody into those things. So basically, as I said, all I'm going to really do is run in and see if I can grab some coffee and coffee filters. But more importantly, I do want to see if there's any folks in there or out, you know, that are lading up, and see what the shelves are looking like. Sorry if this is a bit bouncy. I don't really know how to keep it stabilized any better. And there's another streetcar. It's coming behind. See, practically empty. And again, that's heading downtown. There's like a handful of people on it. It's Saturday afternoon. So maybe folks decided, you know what, let's just stay in this weekend, see what happens. I mean, you know, it's not completely deserted. We enter that 28 days later type situation. A few girls up here jogging. It's actually warming up quite a bit as I get closer to the Dollarama, as the sun seems to be coming out more and more. So you can't cross right now, the light's red. Just be very conscious not to show people, because sometimes they don't like that. Alright, we can probably cross now. Yeah, the lights are red. Alright, so there's no frills. Okay, look, there's the first person with a mask at the bus stop, and he is an Asian dude. They sometimes do that anyway. Not to be stereotypical, but it is a common sight. If you go to Chinatown, you will see a lot of the Asian people do wear face masks. That's not necessarily to prevent disease or stuff. It is a little bit of a kind of cultural kind of practice, I think. But here we are down in Jameson. There is the No Frills just round the corner. The little Buddhist temple's just round the corner there. So there's a couple of people coming out. He's got some bread. Look, she's got one bag. But there doesn't seem to be anybody with armfuls of shit. Oh, I don't know. Tweaker alert, tweaker alert. And you know, guys, I was almost expecting to hear you've got any spare change or a cigarette or something like that. So the Monster Wash, people still seem to be coming in and out of there doing their washing. Little ginger lad in there reading his book with his Tide. He's very ginger. But yeah, there's a couple folks in there. No shopping carts. They got a security guard outside. That's interesting to see. So let's have a look through the window before we go in. There's a dog outside. No sign of toilet paper in that shopping cart. So, I don't know if you can kind of see there. There is a few people lined up, but nothing chaotic. And you know, there's a couple of people over there. They've got some groceries and stuff. So I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to cut you off here. And I'll see you a little bit later. I'm going to go in and have a look what's going on in the Dollarama quickly, and then go and grab my coffee from the No Frills. So thanks for watching this little pandemic walkabout. Not that we really saw anything any different than normal. So I'll catch you guys later. Shit Video Productions, TSP TV. See you in the next one. Keep it thrifty.